What's up, my followers? What's up, my YouTubers? YouTubers, mount up. Let's go, y'all. So who we got on the menu today, y'all? We got war ready, Russia and Ukraine, y'all. Today, I want to talk to y'all about the war, man. And I know a lot of people not going to want to listen, and I know a lot of people will listen to this. So ever since Trump started being the president, he's trying to turn it around, right? And squash this war. Even though it's a lot of other stuff going on, y'all, with, immigration and stuff like that. It's crazy out here, right? So the war, President Trump spoke with President Putin of Russia, and he's trying to come up with an agreement to try to squash this war, right, y'all? So that the people could live in peace, y'all, and that the war can stop, you know what I mean? And I see it from both sides, y'all. I want y'all to listen, y'all, because even though Putin and President Trump has talked, the president of Ukraine, he feels like he's being left out because of he don't have no say-so on how, when the war does stop, what will the agreement be on the war to stop? You understand? So I'm pretty sure if I put myself in Putin's shoes and I know Putin, I feel like Putin will want part of Ukraine. I feel like he will want part of their property because, that's what the war was about anyway. It was about taking over their country and making it part of Russia. That's why the whole war started in the first place. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure Putin's going to say, hey, look, I'm going to keep it basic with y'all. If you give me this land right here and Ukraine don't become a part of NATO, which is NATO is, like part of Europe and stuff like that. It's like all the good countries combined together, you know what I mean? Putin's going to say he don't want Ukraine to become part of NATO, and he's also going to want part of their country that they fought for, you know what I mean? And if the president of Ukraine can agree to those, whatever that Putin wants, then they could just squash it right now, y'all, and get it on over with. And they'll sign an agreement that they probably will never go to war ever again. It will be all in written. All of that stuff will be written. You know what I mean? They'll come up with an agreement to solve their agreement where they don't go to war no more. They'll own part of this, and that Ukraine can't join NATO. The bad part about this, y'all, is that Ukraine will have to give up some of their land that they lost to Russia, y'all. And I know Ukraine will never see it the way, they will never be the same, that country, because of the loss that they had to take, y'all. You know what I mean? Was Putin wrong for violating Ukraine and trying to take over that country? I could tell you this. I could look at it both ways. I could look at it as Putin looked at the situation like we had to go to Ukraine and take that over because Ukraine is so close to Russia. So the president of Russia, Putin, is thinking, hey, well, we can't let other countries take over you guys' land because if anything happens, y'all too close to us. That's the reason why I believe that he violated Ukraine, y'all, and he went over there in the first place just to get part of the land because he's feeling like, hey, y'all too close to us, and y'all dealing with other countries that can end up in the future violating us and end up getting the best of us if we let y'all go through with this now. So that's why Putin, y'all, pushed into Ukraine and tried to take part of Ukraine. He wanted to take all of Ukraine, y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's when it comes to stuff like that, man, it's kind of crazy because you got to look at it from both sides. You can't just look at it even though I'm in the United States, I can't just look at it from my country side and just agree with my country on all the stuff that's going on. That's why I try to tell y'all how I feel and show y'all my side and my thoughts about what's going on in the world out here. You know what I mean? So yeah, Putin's thinking, hey man, we can't let y'all uh, become part of other countries, and if something ever happens in the future, you guys will get the best of it because y'all so close. Y'all will be equipped with all type of weapons and maybe even have a nuclear at the end of the day. Ukraine, who knows if this war wouldn't have never happened, right? And Ukraine would be part of NATO, then that means if down the line, if there ever was a war, Russia would not even have a chance to fight those battles, y'all, because all those countries would be combined. You know what I mean? I'm looking at it from the Russian side. So I see that. I understand that. That's like somebody in your backyard and it's like, hey, we can't allow you to be back here because if anything happens, my door's right there. So y'all, it's like y'all too close. That's how he looking at it. They were too close, y'all. You know what I mean? And then on the other hand, y'all, I'm looking at Ukraine, and Ukraine is looking at it like the Russians are bullies and that they violated their country and that all they wanted was peace. Now, at the end of the day, who knows if Ukraine was all about peace by wanting to join NATO, because at the end of the day, y'all, NATO is part of all different type of countries together. And, you know, if you mess with one, then you mess with all, right? So I believe Russia seen that. They took advantage of that and they said, hey, look, you know what, man? This is not going to go down the way y'all want it to go down. You know how when you see something and it's like, hey, we're going to put a stop to this now. You know what I mean? You can look at it different ways. But the crazy thing is that Ukraine has lost so many soldiers and Russia has lost so many soldiers in this war. You know what I mean? You got people in the army on the front line fighting for these two countries, man. And so many young people. It's a lot of young people that has died in this war, y'all. A lot of people, man. So when you do look at it, I'm looking at it clear. I'm telling y'all, these two countries will never get along. There will never be the peace that they used to have before the war started, y'all. There won't be tension. It's just there won't be peace. Ukraine will never trust Russia. Russia will never trust Ukraine. And that's what's so crazy about that, man. At the same time, though, they do have to come to agreement to stop the war from going on, y'all. Because if you ask me, if the war keeps going on, it could blow out of control. Russia already have North Korea helping them fight in the war. You know what I mean? And then if they keep losing and losing, who knows who else will join them in the war if they was to start losing with North Korea. So we don't want, listen, our country is a big country. The United States is huge. My point is we can't allow other countries to put us in positions to where a huge war could break out over something that could have been prevented, y'all. You know what I mean? And what I mean by prevented is when Russia first invaded Ukraine, there should have been some type of agreement right there, y'all, because the way the war was going now and how far it's became all these years and years, man, and all these people done died. This is 2025, y'all. The war could have been stopped. Then you got Israel battling Gaza. You know what I mean? That's another two countries that will never see eye to eye. No matter if people think about it, no matter if they play that role, if they act like they love each other now, y'all know in the back of their mind, y'all, that those countries will never trust each other. They will always have animosity against each other. They will always not agree on nothing that they do, y'all. Trust me, y'all. I'm in the United States. My grandfather was in the army way back in the day, y'all. I'll post a picture of him later. And he fought for our country way back in the day, y'all. You know, that's when it was like black and white or whatever. You know what I mean? So I'm his grandson. So I never been in a war. I never joined the army. It's just I'm just seeing it from my point of view, from the street point of view. You know, even though I grew up in the streets, I still had like an army mentality. You know what I mean? So I see it from both views. You know what I mean? You could say Russia was wrong for violating Ukraine, of course. But then you got to look at it. Why did they violate Ukraine? They just not going to violate them for no reason. You understand? And then you got to look at Ukraine. Where were they up to before Russia even, you know what I'm saying, decided to try to invade their country? You know what I mean? What were they up to something? Were they trying to plan something for the near future to battle in if case anything big was to happen like that? You know what I mean? And then at the same time, y'all, we all still have to be prepared. This is what I don't understand. And I told somebody this earlier, y'all. I said, why do people need nuclear weapons anyway? Why do we need all of these missiles and all this stuff, man? I'm just speaking my mind. Like, when you think of war, it's like children. It's like two kids is just shooting toy guns at each other, like, you know, when they be playing around and stuff. That's the same with a big war. It's like, if two people can't agree on something, and then you take it to that level to have a huge war like that, and all of these people are grown adults, and you can't come to an agreement to where people don't lose their life. I'm telling y'all, it don't make sense, y'all. The hate is real. The hate is so real, y'all, that even though these wars might end, there still might be another war in the future, because China is already saying that they want to invade, what's that other country that China's trying to invade? Taiwan. So they already said that, hey, we might violate them because we don't want them to be a part of what we have going on also. You understand? Well, they don't want them to be part of the United States. They don't want us giving them weapons. They don't want us giving them defense missiles and stuff like that, y'all. So at any time, y'all, stuff could get serious. My point is, before it even get to that point, why not come to agreement now? Why wait on China to decide if they want to violate Taiwan and wait until they do it, even if it's years from now or if anything happened? Why wait it out and be like, oh, just be ready in case anything happened? Why do that when you could talk to the China president now? If I'm the president of the United States, I would want to talk to the Chinese president and figure out, how can we fix this? How can we prevent this war before it even happens? Think about it. That's what I'm saying. People are they stuck up. They got a one-track mind, y'all. And it's like, well, hey, if you do this, we're going to do this. If you do that, we're going to do that. Why? Why you just can't come to an agreement now, talk to the Chinese president and be like, look, man, what's really going on? What do y'all want from Taiwan? What do y'all want from us? And come up with some type of agreement so that way it will not ever be any wars brought in the future or now, y'all. We need to figure this out now. That's like talking to somebody, even if you're in the world right now, you know something's going to happen and you can prevent it. Why not try to talk to them people first before something even happens and blow out of control? Because nobody wants to see their family member deceased from a war, y'all. When every person that dies in a war, when they send them back home to their families will never be the same, because they love that person that died in the war, y'all. So that takes a chunk off of each person's heart, off their mind, and their lives will never be the same, y'all. Think about it. So how can we prevent all of this, y'all? It could be simple or it could be hard. I believe that they make it harder than what it already is. The war with Russia and Ukraine shouldn't have never went this far. It shouldn't have never went this far. It should not been a struggle or a battle to keep on basically tug of war back and forth, y'all, like we're better than you, or it's not about that anymore. I could be better than you. I'm not going to present myself like I'm better than you. I'm not going to act like I'm better than you. I'm going to show you the same respect as I show anyone else. No matter what's your size, what you do, no matter what's your background, none of that, y'all. It's time for people to wake up and understand what's really going on in the world, y'all. It's about peace. And then when you speak on peace, people tend to take that the wrong way and act like you showing signs of weakness. They act like you show signs of weakness when you want peace. You understand? So it's like when you don't want peace, they don't want that. And then when you do want peace, they show us as a sign of weakness, y'all. So it's not a sign of weakness. It's about a sign of waking up, man. We don't want it to come to we don't need these issues nowhere. Everybody should be free, happy, doing what they do. Everybody should be out talking to each other, come to an agreement in the world, y'all, all around the world. We even got other countries in the Middle East trying to get nuclear weapons now and might be part of other countries who we disagree with in the first place, trying to get weapons from them, y'all. And that could also hurt us in the future. You know what I mean? It's big like that, man, because other countries are catching up. That's exactly what they're doing. Some people don't want to hear it, but as time and time go by, y'all, and the future comes, it don't matter if it's decades from now, some countries will also be equipped with nuclear weapons. What countries do I see that could be able to own a nuclear weapon in the future? And it's crazy. I see North Korea potentially owning a nuclear weapon in the future. I see countries in the Middle East like Afghanistan, Iraq, Iran, those countries like that. I see them, maybe one of them countries owning a nuclear weapon. And that's not what we want. We can't allow that. And then if they do, and we try to prevent them from owning one, we end up going to war with them. And what does that cause? Just more violence. At the end of the day, it's all about weapons with people. That's what the world has come to. So if we keep letting it go on the way it's going on now, y'all, and other countries do get nuclear weapons and all that, if something was to happen in the future, what, everybody just gonna blow each other up? How is that gonna work out? How is that gonna resolve anything, y'all? You know what I mean? It's starting not to make sense anymore. It's really not, y'all. Nobody wants peace. They want problems. They want attitudes. They want to ignore you. It's all negative every time. Even if you out in the world today, it's a lot of negativity going on, y'all. It just depends on who you are. You know what I mean? If other people look at it like, if it's not happening to me, then I don't care. I don't got nothing to do with that. But I look at it like, even if it's not happening to me, I still look at it like I feel for people who's going through it. You know what I mean? I feel your struggle. I feel the pain. I feel the losses that they done took on both sides, y'all. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man. It's crazy how the world is today. We do not need war, y'all. Other countries are still building new technology as we speak. We are not behind like that. Other countries are moving forward with their new technology. They got robots. They probably end up trying to build lasers. They're going to end up building nuclear weapons that can probably drop from space. They're going to end up building weapons in space that they can drop out of space on countries that they don't like in case something big happens like that, y'all. And this is happening as we speak. You better trust and believe what I'm saying, y'all. And that's not going to be cool. Imagine a big war breakout in the future and somebody drop a nuclear weapon from space and it's coming down. There ain't no way you can stop that. You won't be able to stop stuff like that, y'all. You know what I mean? We got satellites everywhere in space orbit, just floating around up there like never before, y'all. Like never before. So why can't countries come to an agreement now and say, look, we not allowing nothing in space as far as weapons. We're not allowing other countries to have nuclear weapons. We're just gonna have a peace treaty, sign these peace treaties, and that's that. And if one country get out of line, all the other countries should be in agreement and sign saying, hey, look, if one country is out of line, then that country has to be punished, no matter what country it is. If one country is out of line and want to start a war, all the other countries should be able to just punish that one country for starting it. You know what I mean? From here on out, and make an agreement like that. You know what I mean? I think it will never happen like that because other countries have already taken sides to other countries. It's like a football team. These three countries versus these three countries, or these 6 or 7 countries versus these 6 or 7 countries. Everything is divided and splitting up, y'all. We got oil problems. Other countries is wealthy with oil. I don't want to say we need oil, but we do need oil. We're trying to still figure out ways to build electric cars and stuff like that. It's crazy out there, y'all. I don't know why our country wasn't wealthy with oil and other countries was. God made it like that. That's how I think. Why would God plant oil in these countries so that their countries will be able to provide other countries with oil? Because whoever would thought that people would be driving cars and need oil and gas and stuff like that anyway. It just happened like that. People invented stuff and it just came about like that. And look how far we've came. And then I hear people saying sometime, oh man, God's going to come back. Like the world is going to come to an end. God is not going to, if you ask me, God is not going to end the world. Man and woman will end the world if it ever happens like that. We will destroy each other for no reason because it got blown out of proportion and 2 people couldn't agree on something, and the world will end like that. It will never end with God saying, hey, well, I'm going to end the war. Think about it, y'all. We're all human on this earth. I don't even know how we got here. Everybody of different colors and stuff like that, y'all. Different backgrounds. At the same time, we're all here on earth. We got put on earth for a reason, y'all. I'm here for a reason. I was just a sperm in a sack and I came out and I'm on planet earth. We could look at it like that. So I'm here for a reason just like everybody else. So for them to lose their life in a war and be taken out at a young age, that's not cool. You got people 20 years old, 21 years old, 22 years old losing their life in the war. They never even had a chance to enjoy themselves or anything. That's crazy. You know what I mean? And then how certain countries press the line and wants the war to keep going on. That's also crazy. You know what I mean? If it was up to me, there wouldn't be no weapons like that. For what? What do you need a weapon for? What do you need what do you need these weapons for at the end of the day, y'all? You know what I mean? And it just goes on and on. And then another thing is the technology. Like I said, we go back to the technology that they're building right now. The new technology that every country, our country, other countries, the new technology that they're building right now, as long as we keep on going along with it and as long as we keep on supplying them with what they need to keep functioning in this manner, we're going to go into the future blindfolded because we don't need robots. We don't need more different type of cell phones every year with different technology on there. Sooner or later, they're going to come out with a cell phone that can reach your mind. The cell phone that you have, they probably could reach your whole mind just with a cell phone. You don't even have to say nothing. They just know what you're thinking. You know what I mean? The technology that they're building right now is going to be out of control, y'all. And as long as we keep going along with it, they're going to keep on putting new technology out there for the future. Who needs new phones with new technology? For what? Long as you can talk on the phone and have a conversation and you got your apps and stuff like that, that should be it. Watch what next they come out, what's new on phones in the future. Watch how it keeps going on and more technology keep coming and more different type of apps and stuff become on these phones, and they keep taking it and taking it to another level. But I want y'all to know, when it gets reach a certain level of technology and stuff, that's when it's going to get out of control. And don't say I didn't tell y'all, because it could have stopped now. We don't need certain stuff, man, like robots and stuff. They already building robots and stuff like that. We don't need robots. As long as we go along with it. If they show a robot on the news right now that look like a human and that can work and do what we do, nobody says anything about it. Everybody just accepts it. Like, hey, they just built a robot with a weapon. But at the same time, that robot can affect you in the future. They will have robots fighting a war before even the humans fight a war. It will be all robots clashing and then humans clashing. You understand? So long as y'all keep going along with this stuff, man, it's going to get crazier and crazier and crazier, y'all. I can feel it. But my point is, I'm shooting some positivity out there with y'all right now, man. And it's good that Russia and Ukraine and Putin stepped in and just at least try to come to an agreement with these two countries, which it shouldn't have went this far in the first place. Hopefully they can patch it up, give them what they want. Hey, draw the line, get it signed, make sure this don't happen ever again. And then they could go on about their life, man, and live the rest of their country with whatever they have left that's left out, and do it that way. Because we can't, even though we're strong, we are not capable of stopping and preventing future wars, y'all. So in order to prevent it now, we need to start talking now. We need to start coming up with agreements now. We don't need the hate. The hate is where it starts. The hate is what starts all of this stuff, y'all. Remember I told y'all, the nicer somebody talks, the more they want to take advantage of you, y'all. The more they have their guards up. When you let your guards down, they let their guards up like they the opposite of you. You know what I mean? And it's coming to the point to now, it's like, well, hey, people try to tell you to prevent stuff in the future. Look at all the young kids and stuff growing up as we speak, y'all. There are more people in the United States than ever right now. In certain areas, even in these cities right now, it's so packed and with so many people, if something was to happen, it would just spiral out of control. Everything would spiral out of control, y'all. That's how crazy it is right now. We should be more focused on helping each other, focus on other countries who need help with food and supplies. We should be helping them. We shouldn't be still thinking about war. How can you go to war when there are other people starving in different countries and stuff like that? And we steady at war killing each other for what? I'm telling y'all, it's not adding up anymore. It's just hate, y'all. And people ignore the hate. When they hear you speaking about something that's real, what do? They ignore what you have to say. Because you know why? They don't want it to be that way. They don't want everyone to come together. They don't want everyone to talk and come to an agreement and try to figure out how can we resolve all of these problems. They don't want that. And that's where it's going to end up being really bad in the future, y'all, because, you know, like I say, the young generation is growing up now. You don't want them growing up with the hate, y'all, in the schools and stuff like that. I mean, think about it, y'all. It's already hate as we speak. You know what I mean? It's already stuff happening every day. You could turn on the news right now and you're going to find somebody's then got killed or somebody then got robbed or somebody did, or a car accident, plane accidents, helicopter accidents. Stuff goes on around the world the whole time. Then we had COVID. Nobody never even heard of COVID before. COVID hit, destroyed so many families, y'all. People lost their parents with COVID. other family members. But just before COVID, everybody was doing cool. COVID happened and destroyed a lot too, y'all. And then it's like, what will happen after COVID? Will there be something after COVID? I really do think it will be. COVID will not be the last virus to try to kill people off, y'all. Even in Africa, we had the Ebola outbreak. That was killing people off, and then they stopped it. And it's like, what's next? And what country will it happen to? You know what I mean? We should be working on stuff like that, because I have no idea how COVID started in the first place. All I know is alert came on the TV and they like, hey, try to prevent from catching this. Some people say they ain't never been the same since COVID hit, y'all. That virus did something to people's brain cells, to people's lungs, to people's minds. So imagine if something else big happens with another big type of virus, it could wipe out a whole city. Ain't nobody prepared for that type of stuff. Imagine if it come out with some type of virus that just wipe out a city or wipe out a whole state. You know what I mean? When you see stuff like this happen on the movies, that stuff be real, y'all. That don't like, even though it's not happening now, in the future, it could really be like that, y'all. Where you have to drive a mile, thousands of miles just to get to where your destination is, to where other people are safe at and secure at. No, nobody want it like that, y'all. You know what I mean? So I want y'all to really listen to that and pay attention to that, man. I'm speaking some real to y'all, man. And it's not about even if Russia won the war because they're going to take some of Ukraine land. It's not about that. Everybody win and lose in situations, even in fights. You can't win all your fights, y'all. You can't win battles that way. That's not even thinking smart. Because the battle that you lost this time might be a battle that you could win next time just by losing this battle. You understand? Don't look at it like that. We have to be prepared for future references and future problems and prevent these problems from even happening. With that being said, man, thanks for my new subscribers too. Subscribe to my channel. Give me some likes, y'all. Let me know what y'all think about the war and what y'all think about these two countries coming back together with Russia and Ukraine and trying to figure something out to stop the war. And then you guys can leave me some comments if y'all want, man. Just let me know what's up. Till next time, I'll check in with y'all. Let's go.